What's up guys, today I'm here with the Zenfone 2 and I'm going to discuss about the 10 reasons for not buying the Zenfone 2. So as you all know, Zenfone 2 is a budget phone which ranges from 13,000 to 20,000. 20,000 is for the 4GB RAM. And reason number one I should say is that the heating issue of this phone. Actually when I use this phone for heavy gaming and some multitasking, I can feel a bit of heat on the backside of this phone, probably this area. I don't know what it is about, but actually I get it all the time. So that is a reason I should say it's not good for the smartphone, I think. And the second reason I can say is the availability of RAM in this phone. You can see here, as you can see, this phone have 2GB RAM, and you can see that only 350 MB of RAM is left. That means the background apps is consuming more about 85% of the RAM. It's not good because when we use more than 2 or 3 apps, or when we are gaming, we can actually see that the RAM usage is pretty high, and it comes to the red. It shows a red signal here. So that's the reason. I don't know why the phone is using this much RAM. See, I can boost the RAM, but still see 575 MB RAM is left. But after some time, you can see still the RAM will be back to 350 MB. So reason three, I'm going to reason three. I can say that the brightness of the screen. As I will show you, I am just decreasing the screen brightness to the lowest level as much as possible, but you can actually notice that the screen brightness uh, does not become so low that actually when I use this phone at the night time, it's actually very bright, I should say, because um, well, usually some phones we have the brightness level and we decrease the brightness level to the lowest. Actually we can't see, we can use the phone at night without any screen filter or something, but for this phone I decrease and I am not using the auto brightness facility. I actually decrease the brightness to the lowest level, and but still the brightness level is actually pretty high. So that's the reason I can say. And now going to the fourth reason, the Asus apps. Let me talk about the Asus app. Actually, Asus provides a lot of apps extra for other functions. You can see here many other inbuilt apps that they provide when we actually get this phone. And this, I think, this apps may consume the RAM as of now. Maybe this is the reason why the RAM usage is showing about 85%. So that is one of the negative reasons. And the fifth reason I'm going to say is about the lag that I came to feel. Actually when I use this phone, I actually use 3 to 4 apps on background, and when we use these apps on background and we try to do the multitasking, actually the background apps gets closed sometimes. So when we are actually going to Instagram and going to Messenger, at the same time going to Play Store, and wait, I'll show you. So I'm going to do the multitasking. So I'm going to settings. Yes, I'm going back to some other apps on the background, and when I go to the gaming, it actually resets the game and the game loads from the first part. No, wait, I will show you. See, and when I go back and I use some other apps, see, the Instagram is still loading and it's actually opening for the reopening. See, this is the lag I came to notice. So when I go back to gaming, you can see the game actually resets and it starts on the first. So this is one of the reason I can say. And the next reason I can say is about the slippery nature of this phone. as you all know, this phone has this smooth finish at the back, and it's not actually metal but it's plastic, but and it's a curvy phone. But the thing is that as due to the big size of the phone, 5.5 inches, actually sometimes the phone slips from my hand. There's a chance for slipping because there's no grip on the back. It's actually a smooth surface, so there's a tendency to slip off this phone from my hand. Actually, I slipped this phone twice from my hand. So the next reason I am going to say is about the backlight switches. So the switches here doesn't have a light backlight. So as you can see, the Zenfone 5 either doesn't have the backlight LED. So that's actually negative for the phone, because when we use the phone at night, we can't actually see the switches here and may be confused. So that's one of the reasons. And the next reason I can say is about the size of the phone. As you all know, this phone is having a 5.5 inch screen, 1080p screen, 5.5 inch screen, so the phone is pretty big. For using this phone, actually we can't use it with one hand, so we should use two hands. So actually that's not the problem. So when we use the single hand for operating the phone, when we have to lock the screen, the lock screen switch is not here, the power button switch is not here, it's actually located at the top. As I'll show you, see the power button is at the top, so I have to wave my finger and see, this is the method to lock the phone. So actually I find it pretty hard, so that's one of the reasons. And but for this reason, they actually find an alternative, the double tapping feature of the phone. When we double tap, the phone actually wakes up, and when we double tap, it goes to sleep again, so we don't actually have to use the power button. The next reason I should say is about the speaker. The next reason I am going to say is about the speaker of this phone. The speaker for this phone is located at the back, you all can see, and the sound from the speaker is not pretty good, because when you're using the phone for gaming or watching a movie or watching a video, we actually the speaker is at the back, and not only that, the speaker doesn't sound well. The sound is pretty low compared to the Zenfone 5. Yeah, it's almost pretty equal to the Zenfone 5, I can say. So that's one of the negative reasons. Maybe they should have placed the speaker at the front, or maybe at the bottom, but that's one of the negative reasons. And the volume button is actually here. This is the volume button. So these are the 10 reasons I can say for not buying the Zenfone 2. But actually, according to my use, I have been using this phone for more about a month now, and I can actually say that the phone is pretty good. For a decent phone at this price range, for 13,000, you can't get any phone better than this, because this phone actually has good features, and it almost satisfies a consumer who pays of 13,000 rupees. So I really suggest this phone, even though it has some negatives. I actually pointed out the negatives so that you guys can know about the negatives of the phone. But I actually posted 15 reasons to buy the Zenfone 2. It's actually on the link. You can watch that video too, and subscribe to my channel, and you can get some more videos are coming soon. So as always, peace out.